Now, today we want to talk about, or we want to raise awareness on road accidents, not just in Ghana, but across Africa. Because yesterday we didn't hear of good news. You know, the accounts have something that they say, so I'll go into three. It's your dream. Yeah, exactly. And I say, oh, who say, oh, young kwaboje share. Now, so at this point, we need to fetch water and put it by hours because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. International superstar Anthony Joshua was involved in an accident yesterday in Nigeria. So many questions have been raised. And so we want to talk about road accidents in Ghana. Now, so many people have lost their lives through road accidents here in Ghana just this year, over thousands of people, and others who have also been injured and they can't even go back to work. They are also, victims of road accidents. So the awareness ought to be raised this morning. I've been joined by two great men. They are in the studio this morning to help me discuss this. And for me, this particular group is very important to me because anytime accident happens, we first blame them before we blame anybody else. I'm here with the PRO for Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana. That's David Agboado. He's been here before, he's here again, and he's here to speak on behalf of concerned drivers in Ghana. Good morning, David.
Good morning, my dear.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Great. And Merry Christmas. I'm fine, thank you.
Many good returns, my sister.
Great, and it's good to have you. So what have you been doing this festive season, though?
This festive season, I have something that I've been doing, and I did it 25th, yeah. I was orphan since the age 11 and a half years.
Wow.
So I took it upon myself every 26, but this 26, my town have a program, so I have to shift my down. Mm-hmm. And I have fed about 800 of not orphans, but orphans and then the whole town folks. Children. You see, these things are not being seen in the villages. It's only Accra that you'll be taking your children to Santa Claus, name it, all those fancy places. But in our villages, there is nothing like that. So I took it up on my then. This is the 10th edition that I did in Trekuma. And the whole village have got a new life. Wow. And people have learned out of it. Because on doing this, I give them education on how to cross road, how to use motor vehicle, how to use motorcycle and other things. And when we start young, we'll grow with it and we'll become perfect people in society.
That's a fantastic one. And I'm happy that you're doing this. If only we could have so many people join forces with you to do this. Thank you so much for raising this awareness. And I know definitely it's yielded a lot of results as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel when you realize that it's yielding results?
I was so happy. You know, when I started the whole thing, the chiefs of my town was annoying that I didn't inform him, but this is what I'm going to do. But other towns like Blamazado, Nikuto, and other chiefs came to me at dawn with my own chief again, telling me what they heard I did was so marvelous. So I should continue doing it in that enclave. And I say I'm very, very grateful for that. Since that day, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, my sister.
We thank God for that. All right, so Reverend Crabbe is also here, and he's president for the victims who have been involved in accidents, so Accident Victim Support Foundation, and he's been doing this for a while now. I must say that this man is definitely a blessing to many. Okay. So Reverend Crabbe, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
Great.
Yes.
And thank you for doing this for accident victims.
Thank you. Because I'm part of it.
We try. Sure. I remember we had a story of a young girl on changes, the young girl who lost her arm. How is she doing?
Yes, they are doing fine now. They are about 63. 38 are currently battling. They are doing well though. But for her, we are still taking her through, the trauma. So she can't. But she's doing fine, let me so say. Okay. She's doing very fine.
We thank God.
It's just that when the flashback comes, definitely she will coil. But now she's playing, we pray that she wouldn't grow like that. But we also foresee maybe some kind of an artificial arm being given to her so she can grow with. So they are doing fine.
That's
they're doing
good
very
to
fine.
hear.
I have some drinks in the car. I'm going to send to them.
Oh, nice.
The ones you give to us. Yes, the ones you give to us. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to send it through VIP to send it to Konongo, so that they can also have their time.
God bless you.
Yes,
God bless you.
yes.
Thank you so much for doing
Yes,
this.
yes.
And how has Christmas been so far for you?
Wonderful question. I was just waiting patiently for you to ask me. Yeah, let me quickly, before I say it, stage a disclaimer to all my victims and any other victims, especially the ones I bring on TV. They think that when I come here, it's either the TV station have given me money and I don't give it to them.
Oh, how?
That's one. Two, they also think that, so since they've come on TV, then it means that people who are watching will contribute, and so I don't give it to them. I wish that these two are through, because the struggle I'm even going through with my team, let me greet my executive director who doesn't want to come and show face, But the struggle we go through to even accumulate, worry people, to get something to give to them. If we say we are saying it, we would have even stopped the work at all. So we had one or two, and I think coming here today, my team, the executive director, asked me to do this disclaimer. And while doing it, however, let me quickly also thank the Church of Pentecost and Professor Ransford Jampo. You know him.
Yeah.
Now, these two came to our rescue when we decided the Christmas with accident victims from the 24th, 5th, and 6th. They came to our rescue. It would have been a disaster. We slated 35 people, serious injuries. We didn't know where the money was coming from, where the items were coming from, to do that. But we kept hope alive. Accident victim support, we say that bringing help, restoring hope. Because there is hope after the crash.
Right.
So we cannot say that after the 1 month long Accident Victims Awareness Month, we are not going to make them celebrate Christmas also, because they have hope that we are their holy hope. Let me put it that way. We talk for them, we speak for them, we visit them, we come to them, we help them, we support them. So they were expectant of the Christmas. So we started the Christmas with Accident Victims. And just when we thought all hope were lost, Professor Ransford Jampo, Ghana Shippers Authority, gave me a call that, look, I want you to give this to the accident victims. And then also the Church of Pentecost also came online. Okay. So from the 24th to the 26th, 3 serious accident victims, 1 a journalist, 1 a student, and then 1 a mother. They were the ones who have been, resorted. They are currently permanently invalid, through the accident. I gave a video to your producer. Sad one. She's currently, I don't want to use the word rotten, but the stench we went to see, she's living in a very dilapidated, a house in a room. There's no fan, the heat, and the bone is out from her skin. And she's currently, the stench in the room, we have decided to do the ceiling and get her a fan and put the room in order, because it aid in, the rest I will keep it, because I can see you started going bad already. So Professor Ransford Jampo and Apostle Dr. Eric Kwabena Nyamiche and the entire Church of Pentecost, God richly bless them. And let me also say Leila Pinto. You should know Leila Pinto.
No, I don't.
Leila Pinto, she works with BOG. Okay. Sorry, BOA, Bank of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, she gave, during the year, she supported with some victims during her birthday. Okay. And this woman I'm talking about was part. But we need to do more for this person. So this Christmas, this is what we have been doing. Special thanks to these people that I've mentioned and everybody from January till today. I've been talking on TV from day 1 till today.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody who gave 1 cedi or 2 cedi. I mean, yourself, this year we met. Okay, so
this is a woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you can volume, there are certain things that she said. So you can see my expression.
Viewers' discretion is advised at this point, but we can go ahead and play it. Let's put a sound on it for people to hear what she has to say.
Mbie kwa imamo munya bibi kakra enda nikesi
Papa kufana mabiboy this is you know biane machine Hospital be me na make.
Agboado.
Hospital.
Bonye. No wakaba. Fane fite.
Wa fix fan.
Fane.
Standing fan. Okay. Well, wa fix fan.
Fane o ne wa don ngba joyin.
I'm going to I beg. So, what fix now? She, well, be a name. She no can to me no back.
Na mokone kemite na ne huwe Benedict wo. Ya no koma fe.
Na enya kam. I'm Kenya by. Na fe.
Wo be ko me.
Yeah, people.
Ufane wa papa ma. Wo ifashi na pie boye hwe wo ye tempe. Oh, watchwe ku fa boku. Ninkan sister mi no. Ufane. Oh, no bad Johnny. No bad Johnny. Funny. I feel ya never now.
Serious.
Me.
Well, this is something else I must say because you know, and this is how did the accident happen?
Yes, so she was selling her yam. She's 52 years. She sells out by the roadside. She's not even on the road or near the road. She's behind the gutter. So one morning, I hear this man from all night, veered off the road, knocked her and her sieve into a container at Amasaman. So they just went to pick her out, send her to the hospital. So being at the hospital called me, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the women orthopedic ward. They called me that this is the issue. So from last year, November, we have been taking care of her, to make sure she recovers. But we realized that she needs more than, the food and the little money, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000 that she takes. She needs serious medical attention, and that's all I can say for now. A car just veered off. It's not like she was on the road.
So where's the man who hit her?
Nowhere to be found. The case is still in court. And even in court, it's keep on being adjourned. And the woman keep on also deteriorating by the day. I told you when we went into the house, this is the third time we're visiting them. And the stench, we realized, we saw there, realized the woman is a living corpse. For want of a better expression. And so, and not only her, and there are a couple of them that we slated this year. Next year, we have a plan. I'll let you know about it. I want to preempt the plan. But these are the things that we are talking about, I think this year I mentioned it in November, I think on another platform, the UTV. I mentioned that these people need a specialized rehabilitation center. So the accident victims' home that we are building, we need to prioritize it. And as a country, we need to prioritize support, insurance. I do the insurance man for everybody to have personal insurance. It's unfortunate the NIC has not given that full attention to what we are doing. Because when you enter in a car or you are standing by the roadside, if she had a personal insurance, she could have been taken care of immediately. And then later, insurance issue, court issue can come in when she's, recovering. But she doesn't have, and many Ghanaians don't have personal insurance. We don't know, And then the compensation fund, which I also propose that we talk about it so that there is certain review and amendment on the compensation fund, and even the persons that come there. If we don't use empathy to build this country, I don't think we are developing in that manner that we all want. Empathy should be a part. We should earn honest empathy for national development. And cases like this, voluntarily. Sorry to destroy your money.
Oh no, I think we need to raise this awareness.
You have seen me with a kid who lost two legs.
Yes.
Currently he's doing fine with even no artificial legs at this moment. And this case is about 8 years, 7 years ago. Remember, you know, he's doing fine. Awuni is doing very fine, though he was given only 200,000, you know, to be taken care of. And this boy is around 9 years.
Anyway, let me bring David in the conversation. You know, as we're talking about road safety, you at home can also send your messages to us on 055-157-5757, 055-157-5757. Let's talk about road safety. It's very, very important that we raise the awareness. I want to say a very big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise for always having our back. With Franco Trading Enterprise, it's still phone prepare for you. Whatever gadgets you're looking for, just come to Franco Trading Enterprise. We've got you covered. Now, David is president, and he's a PRO, for Concerned Drivers Association. Now, drivers also face a lot of risk when it comes to road safety. I want to know the biggest risk that drivers face, or what drivers complain about with regards to risk with road safety, David.
Thank you, my sister. Once again, my regard to my chairman, William Osei, and the whole team. I would say, yes, we face so many challenges. But to me, we always apportion blame. But these days, I don't want to apportion blame. But we need to learn from our mistakes. Okay. You see, the reason why some people have gone to this stage is that some police officers then put us on the right track. Why am I saying this? Then the MTTD director, or the MTTD commander then, Mustafa Garba, in the early 90s. When he arrests you on the road, he will not extort money from you. He and his boys, they will not extort money from you, but rather they will take you to classroom, educate you like 2 or an hour for you to have something beside the practical driving that we do that leads us to these places. So may his soul rest in perfect peace. He have done his bit as a police officer then. But the rest police officers these days are our problem. Because education is not part. For them now, it's extorting money from drivers is their problem.
If you don't pay, what happens?
If you don't pay, definitely what they want, if you don't give them, they will take you to court. They will take you to court. And they will frighten with you with court. Yeah, court, and other drivers will be titri and then go and look for money and come and give to those police officers. It's now becoming, see, what I'm saying here, I'm saying it because Joy Prime is not a small media platform, and I'm saying it on authority, and it is true.
Is this some of the policemen or is all policemen?
Some of the policemen, but some of the policemen, especially the MTTD, but at dawn, it's not the MTTDs alone that are doing that work. Police officers that are not stationed in Accra Central, at dawn, they will put on their police uniform. Some will be their black, some will be their whites. But the white, we know they are the MTTDs, the police other officers that are using the black shirt. Will just come there and then extort money from drivers.
So you have experienced it?
Yes.
Okay, and you know people who have experienced it?
Oh, why?
I want us to use the word alleged, but then if you've experienced it, then it's not alleged.
It's not what I'm saying is not alleged.
Okay.
Many of it are on video and on tapes. Many of it. Because we have done our search, and coming year, the first thing we will do coming year to support Mr. Crabbe's destiny is that we are going to demonstrate, drivers are going to demonstrate against police officers.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
That is the first thing we are going to do. Because, you see, instead of them bringing us close to what we need to learn, they are rather taking us far from what we have to learn.
Would you rather they take you to court?
Come again?
Would you rather they take you to court?
I don't get that place clear.
Would you rather they take you to court rather than you know,
your money,
the money?
You know something? Court and the money is not my problem. But education, you see, when you educate the person today, tomorrow you will get the reward. That's what I'm saying. I'm using myself as an example. The reason why I like learning this LI, or I always want to read the LI, is that I was taught then, that was 1991, by then Mustafa Garba. He was the MTTU, by then it was MTTU director then, Accra Central. He will not let you go till he teaches you something, for you to go home with something. And it's helped us today. But to add to it too, you see, the LI is just a book being there. They are not utilizing what is in it. the whole parliament have sat down, that 2012, drafting this whole thing, but they just pick and choose. Do you know there is revocation of licenses in this? Do you know that the LI regulation 39 tells us about the revocation, 38 also talk about it, and then there are so many things in the LI that we can do something to help the nation, but we are not using it. Like how Reverend Crabbe is saying, Regulation 117 talks about trading on the street and other things. If we have a very good marketplace that this woman can sell, she won't be there for that vehicle to veer from the road and go and knock her.
No, but we do have marketplaces. Some of them decide to sit by the roadside. Some of them decide to hawk there because we do have marketplaces.
We don't have marketplaces.
Why do you say this?
Yes. The reason why I say so is that, you see, when you go to Amasama Enclave, where is the market at Amasama? Show me. The whole Amasama.
There's no market at Amasama.
There's no market at Amasama.
Really?
It is the bus stops and then the lorry stations at the markets. And people's house back. That's the market. We don't have market at Amasama. I haven't been
to Amasaman, but at least I know certain areas like, even when you get to Ashalebuche, there's a place called Insamampum. There's a market. I know every vicinity has a small market, so I'm surprised that Amasaman doesn't have a market.
Okay. There will be some small markets somewhere.
Yes.
But if that small market, the growing population, do you know that after Kaswa, the second growing area in Ghana now is Amasama.
Amasama and Pokwase.
Amasama and Pokwase.
And there's no market there.
There is no market over there. And even the market that we have at Makola Market, see how it's crowded. See how Makola is crowded. Now, the market is not containing the people and they are selling on the street and other things. But if a vehicle veer from that place and knocks somebody, they will say it's the cause of the driver. Meanwhile, the LI regulation 117 infringe on that we should not trade beside the road, on the pavement, close to traffic lights, and then denoting the blind side of the driver and other things. But all these things are enshrined in the LI, but we are not implementing it. But when it comes, the same LIO, they will leave the regulation 117 and then use 115 to arrest drivers. The bus stops that are there for drivers to park, the traders will be there. They will not tell the traders. The same police officers will not tell the traders, keep off from the bus stop. They will be in the bus stop. Even they will go and hide under their shade and then start to arrest drivers. Use regulation 115 to arrest drivers. Because they know that when they use regulation 155, they will get the drivers and arrest them. But that regulation, to me, I'm against it. Because it's not about the drivers alone. They say any person, it talks about boarding and alighting. So the persons that are taking the vehicle or that are joining the vehicle, are they not part of it? Have they been arrested and then prosecuted? If they also been arrested and then prosecuted, they will not stop at where they will not pick a car. Because once it is one-sided, it is only the drivers, this thing will continue.
But if it comes to bus stop, how is it that regulation works? Because it's a bus stop.
It's a bus stop.
You're supposed to stop at a bus stop.
Yes, but the bus stop have been taken over by traders.
Yeah, so if a driver, I'm just trying to understand though.
Yeah.
If a driver stops at a bus stop, how is police able to arrest you?
The reason why the bus stop is no more a bus stop is that the bus stop itself, the design place that have been designed for bus stop, have been used as a trading zone.
So then the drivers don't stop there. They stop somewhere else.
They stop there, but they don't get the full length of the bus stop, but they will stop at the edge of it or the entrance of the bus stop.
With the excuse that people are sitting there.
It's not with the excuse. People are sitting there.
Okay.
What I'm saying, if you can call somebody from Accra Central right now,
okay,
and for him to give you a picture of even today, right now, the good happenings over there, you will know what I'm saying.
Right.
And we know all that. When you go to Medina, the same thing. When you go to Ashama, the same thing. When you go to Kaswa, the same thing. It's all over.
But the police is quick to arrest you.
The police is quick to arrest drivers. But the traders on the street, if you will recall, we started this this year that we will be demonstrating. We will be demonstrating against the traders and the hawkers, and we threaten the government that if they didn't do anything about it, we will not work. And that day or that week, when you go to Accra Central, you will like the place. But after a week, go to Accra Central and go and see.
Back to square one.
Back to zero. Why? And the law too doesn't talk about only the drivers. It talks about the whole nation. And we are only using one aspect of it and then doing the wrong thing. So to me, this year, 2026, that we are going to enjoy, we should be disciplined. Because discipline is missing from our attitude as Ghanaians these days. Discipline is missing out of our attitude. Instead of us being disciplined and do the right thing, we'll rather go in for money than doing the right thing. So that is what is, worsening the whole situation.
Okay.
But if the law enforcement agencies will do the right thing by ensuring that drivers are being taken to at least minor classes when they are arrested, it will deter them. Because drivers, our peak hours is morning and evening. At morning, you take him to class.
Yeah.
He will learn a lesson that I don't want to go to class again. I'll do the right thing. And we'll continue like that. Ghana will change.
Ghana will change. Okay, so this class thing, I'm liking it already, because I think that if we start doing this, the extortion that is being said by most Ghanaians, okay? In fact, the reason why Mr. David decided not to use alleged is because he's experienced it. Some people have experienced it. We've seen videos on social media where some policemen, I won't say all policemen, some policemen extort money from drivers, and it's disheartening. Very, very disheartening. And so today we speak about it. If a driver is wrong, and if only we can have the IGP say, when a driver is wrong, don't threaten that driver with court, because that's how they extort the money. Rather, we will take them to class, we'll take them to school, the extortion will go down, we'll see more experienced drivers on the road, we'll see more people who are willing to be cautious on the road because they won't want to spend an hour or 2 hours in the classroom. Let's stop this whole court thing, and then they arrest you, they take you to the police station. If you don't pay the money, they put you a counterback. I mean, this is a bit too much. But again, let's go to the victim's side. And Reverend Crabbe, let's talk about the road safety issue that causes the most harm today from the victim's perspective.
Thank you very much. I think, my brother, we've been on several panel or programs, interviews, and on many sets. And so let me say a quick belated Merry Christmas to you. I like your Christmas hat. And a prosperous, accident-free, injury-free, crash-free, or death-free year in 2026. Let me just chip in a bit. I think I bet I will try to differ a little bit on the court issue, because I've also experienced the court issue myself, and thanks to President Kufuor, former President Kufuor, for the motor court. I think the motor court also brought some kind of sanity on our roads. Indeed, like he said, I don't think that the threat is only for extortion alone. But indeed, if there is some one way or the other, one in the quest of showing bravery, now will have to ride and drive reckless on our road, then you must be charged with the necessary LI provisions so that you go and then be fined and pay, which also serve as a deterrent for most of the drivers who are on the road. Take it from me, the motor court at the time was one of the best that brought the accident down. But then again, however, education is key. And I have said it time and over again on many platforms this year. This year has been one of my tightest, toughest year doing road safety ambassadorial work, and then with crash victims as well, each day. I said it recently on a very big platform that two things. Enforcement is one. And the National Road Safety Authority, good morning to lawyer Ibrahim Amaliba, attest to the fact that indeed the entire country, we had failed when it comes to road safety issues. The enforcement. Let me also greet Dr. Hogo of Ogo Transport. He's been saying, time with that number, I've known him for about 4 years. And the 4 years I've known him, he's been touting and begging, appealing to the entire country that we should have at least driving schools across the country. At a point, he even said that he would make sure, he will pay, he will build it so that the government will come in and support. So that drivers, when you offend and you are fined, you are not sent straight to jail or to Sawam, but to the classroom to go and learn. And then there will also be periodic, education or learning for drivers, because these days we are moving from smoking cars to EV cars, electric vehicle cars. And the cars that are coming comes with many, dynamics. The aerodynamics are changing. And so these drivers, old and new, must know what is going on. Then when they finish learning, we install in them the discipline, which he's talking about. Look at the flyovers that we have. I'm talking about pedestrians now. They've done a flyover for you. Medina flyover is now an annex of the Medina market.
Yesterday, I saw a video of a man saying that he was sacking people off that side.
It's an annex.
Yeah.
And it's like we have accepted it. Where is the enforcement? The blame, like he's talking about, it goes to the entire country. Look at even the review of the airline, bringing these Okada riders on board. Yesterday, I said on another platform, if it is in other European country, riding should not result in gory accident. When we're going to Sogakope to visit a victim, 6 o'clock in the morning, approaching Ada, right in front of us, I'll send you the video, Rosalind, a speeding rider collided with a speeding, on that stretch, if you know that stretch, speed, 100 kilometers. They collided. The Okada went into the car. The helmet slashed and the pillion jumped out, spun in the air, and landed like that on the floor. So part of her body was down, part was up, but she was still breathing.
Oba na bema.
Oba. I didn't send it to your producer. I want it for another time.
No, we don't want to see it.
And this was before me, so quickly I pulled over. I started calling the nearby fire service, and thank God for fire service. I have to commend them for that. They came with a pickup. The car was almost on fire. 5 people in that car. The Okada rider, the Okada rider went straight dead instantly. Early morning Saturday. So what am I saying? If the entire country would see road safety issue as a priority, where we go back to the school, and I still use lawyer Ibrahim Amaliba, who said that, look, we need to go back to the fundamentals. Let's take it to the schools, inculcate it, let it be a holistic approach regards to road safety, a holistic approach where funds is being put there. Because coming here, I came with a car. You came with a car. He came with a car. So if we prioritize transport and we prioritize safety when it's not only a loop cutter, but the entire country will put in that effort, be it education, advocacy, support. Take it from me, we are good to go. Now, with my victims, if you ask me, they will tell me point blank. So you ask one victim, what causes your accident? Can you tell me? Can you give me the picture? In Sogakope, 26-year-old boy who had completed school.
Let me play this video for people to
Please.
watch. I'll come back to you. So let's take a look at this video.
The problem with speeding is that the faster you drive, the higher risk of a crash and the harder you hit. It is our job to protect people from speeding drivers.
Arrest car number GN65-18. Vehicle went at a speed of 58 kilometers per hour instead of 50.
This year, we have arrested and sent to court over 500 drivers for speeding. This season and beyond, the police will be checking your speeds. If you are arrested, you will go straight to court. We will arrest you before someone gets hurt. Slow down. The problem with speeding is that the faster you drive, the higher risk of a crash and the harder you hit. It is our job to protect people from speeding drivers.
Arrest car number GN65-18. Vehicle went at a speed of 58 kilometers per hour instead of 50.
This year, we have arrested and sent to court over 500 drivers for speeding. This season and beyond, the police will be checking your speeds. If you are arrested, you will go straight to court. We will arrest you before someone gets hurt. Slow down.
As we are wishing you a Merry Christmas, we also say that stay safe out there, drive well. If you're tired, don't drive. If you're drinking, don't drive. And if your car is faulty, don't drive as well. Please and please again, stay safe out there. We need you alive for 2026. We've also been joined by Chief Superintendent Alexander Kweku, and he is the Director of Education for Research and Training at MTTD. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, by God's grace.
Great, and thank you so much. We've pulled you into the studio this morning.
Yeah, I should have been here earlier, but there was a crash on the N6. Just at Agboado T junction. So
another crash.
We were handling. There was a rollover. It's a minor one. I needed to attend to it.
If you say it's minor, can you please describe it? What happened?
There was a rollover, a van type truck.
Okay.
And then on the spot it rolled. So we are attending to it. So full details will be made available. There was no injury.
No injury, all right. Thank God for that. But rollover, meaning that then it could be an engine failure, a car tire burst, or a pothole falling?
Well, sometimes it can be a tip over because in terms of balancing and sudden brakes, among others, can lead to the vehicle.
Okay.
And there are instances that there might also be speeds involved, safe speeds involved.
Okay, well.
And that's why such incidents, we always deploy an accident investigator to go into it, do post-crash analysis to let us know the causal factors so that we'll be able to put in countermeasures over time to deal with it in a way that we will also measure the way we sensitize.
Right.
Then drivers will be aware. And we also incorporate it in our training manuals as driving instructors, advocates, and all that too. Because clearly, in globally and in Ghana, when you're looking at crashes and 100 occurs, you always observe that about 96 will always be attributed to one human behavior or the other because we are weak as human beings. So there's always a need to learn what caused ABCD and to look out for countermeasures to support a human who is weak, vulnerable, and should not be blamed. So far as the UN second decade of action is concerned, targeting Vision Zero, we should put in systems that will be forgiving of our errors, of our negligence, of our non-compliant attitudes and all that. And that's why these measures are out there. And so we quickly do post-crash analysis and share with our compatriots and those who own police service. That's why in Ghana, for example, between January and November this year, we have accounted for over 13,000 crashes.
Yeah.
And we have shared with our clients, and we've come out also with those who are unfortunately being impacted with morbidities and fatalities. And we have also done strenuous and impactful investigations to find out what are the causal factors. And the preferred solutions are also being shared. And I believe on this platform, a lot have come up. And it was also data guided. And that is how the discourse should be. That's what I have.
Fantastic. Now, you did speak about humans being, or one person or the other being the main cause of accidents in Ghana, right?
Well, you see, basically, the current one globally that confronts you and I for the past, let's say, 12 hours has to do with our brother who was on the 128-kilometer expressway between Lagos and Ibadan and around Magdugun area where the interchange is. The driver, because the road is 6-lane dual carriage with a marked area for vehicles that are broken down. The vehicle that is loaded, broken down, veered off onto the shoulder where it's supposed to be. And the drivers are supposed to use the 3-lane Ibadan bound. But the driver was unlawfully overtaking, changing, zigzagging, and in the process crashed into a vehicle that has backed off the road. And my compatriots there have done on-the-spot investigation and saying the driver is a driver error He was engaged in excessive speeding and unlawful change of lane, among others. And that is exactly what we're talking about. In Ghana, for example, of the crashes that have occurred, there were about 2,600 compatriots that have died between 11 months of this year into this really tight, saying that about 62% of these deaths and serious injured persons that amount to about 15,000 actually be attributed to excessive and inappropriate speeds. And this one is consistent with the UN Decade of Action for Road Safety. I'm looking about under the SDG from 2021 to 2030. That UN has preferred that all member countries, including Ghana, should adopt the Global Road Safety Plan. In it has to do with safer roads, safer vehicle, and in particular, safer road users. And when we see what is happening, it clearly shows that if you have a safer road that are being constructed, dualized, that are 3 lanes, you will not meet any vehicle frontally. But you have a human being who is trained behind the steering wheel and is engaged in unsafe speed behavior, i.e., instead of moving, for example, on the expressway, for example, in Ghana between Tema and Malam, on the N1, Kwame Nkrumah motorway, linking to George Walker Bush motorway, this 36-kilometer stretch of 100 kilometers per hour, akin to where they were driving yesterday on the Ibadan road. And the driver tends to move above. And is also supposed to ride in your lane, and you are supposed to allow a bubble space of at least 10 meters from the rear of the vehicle you are following, so that you can see clearly vehicles that are ahead to comply with the 3-second rule, among others. And the driver face is why we have all these dangerous, fatal, and serious crashes involving particularly the global youth. Because within a few months, you look at the celebrities and those who are doing sports, including Jota, on that road around on Northern Spain, and we see this one around the equator, or between Lagos and Ibadan, and all involving smart vehicles, all involving excessive speeding, among others, above the limits, above the safe speed limits. Because in Ghana, for example, the safe speed limits are known and it's incorporated in our training manual and inculcated in novice drivers and continuous drivers and drivers who are practicing that, consistent with Section 163 of our road traffic regulations of system about to be amended. You will see that the limits are clearly stated. And I will use this opportunity at this time, moving into within 48 hours into the new year. That is our being. So let us reiterate it, that if you are a driver and we are the lead, because the public depends on us, both public and private drivers who are using those vehicles, that the safe speed limits are 4. And because of that, it came because Ghana and global world, our roads are designated into 4 for use, safe use by we vulnerable users on the road, particularly those on foot. That when you are in police urbanized jurisdiction, where we see a lot of crowded areas, where the roads are mostly used by people who are attending hospitals, going to schools, attending to mosques, and markets, shopping malls, and all that. Many are on foot. Many are relaxing. Many are window shopping. Many are traveling and walking very heavy. Because of that, the speed limits in Ghana, consistent with the regulation cited, is 30 kilometers per hour on the speedometer, for example.
You know, I just want to bring this in. David said something, and I think it's very important that we speak about it. In the education aspect, the Concerned Drivers Association feels that we are being failed, right? From what David said. When a driver is arrested or stopped by a police, the first thing is, some policemen, not all policemen, let me correct that. First thing is, give me something. If you don't give, I take you to court. But back then, the education aspect was there. How many drivers have the opportunity to watch us this morning? How many drivers have the opportunity to go through refresher courses? How many drivers have the opportunity to be told by a policeman that this place is supposed to be 30, or I'm taking you to the classroom to educate you? This is an aspect that is lost currently because most policemen are focused on extortion than education. If you don't give us the money, we will take you to court. So there's threats and then you pay. So you don't go through all that hassle just so that, you don't go through issues. So the education aspects, the police, concerned driver says, you're failing us.
All right, I think first of all, it takes a gamut of state agencies and entities and public entities, including stakeholders like advocates and transport organization unions, to bring to bear change in the attitude of road users of all category. Having said that, in Ghana, there are entities that are designated by the state to ensure that a lot of us on the road are sensitized. And to a very large extent, police also play a pivotal role in that, because I said that we gather a data, we share, we know what is happening. So on our feet, we constantly, on weekly, monthly, quarterly, cumulatively, annually, we share this information in the process. We also sensitize and educate a lot of our clients. Having said that, I would like to say that there seems to be a gradual shift to delivering such services around. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because, for example, this Christmas, if you observe across the country in our 25 police regions, our strategies were two. One was that proactiveness you are referring to, by partnering our transport operators. So all our MTTD commanders, even as I'm speaking, a sensitization is one bit of our strategy. So our lorry stations and all community centers where a lot of road users are, commanders are all over. The media houses have opened their doors to us. So we are using the microphones and the cameras. And we are engaging, particularly those who are vulnerable. And that will be sustained going into the year ahead. Having said that, because the policing is also changing and giving the volume of work on our hand, in the coming years, and if you heard that the Subsisting Road Traffic Act 683, the bill has been amended, and that the LI 2180, which is also helping us to implement the act, is also going through a pronounced amendment. It is all that police have also made proposal from within, that we accept that we have certain gaps. Some have to do with police attitudes, among other unprofessional conduct, including inefficiencies in the way we are asked under the Subsistence Act to work manual, in person, when the world has gone digital, when Ghana has gone digital. And therefore, it makes it easier adopting this local and national resource of digitalization to reach out to thousands and millions of our clients, our customers and Ghanaians and road users. And so in the coming days or months, the capacity that we have built, and it is not by word of mouth, it is by action. Because road safety intervention, road safety education, sensitization, awareness creation, capacity building of all categories of road users is intervention-based, it's activity-based, and therefore we have made strenuous investment in ICT infrastructure. We have built our back office, we have bought all our cameras, we have all internet connectivities, we have done all our software and hardware has been installed. We have tested the system such that so far we have issued about 120,000 caution notices to drivers who are speeding, for example. And embedded in that message to all those that are committed on their phones is a message that if you are not the owner of the vehicle, please go to JVLE and do change of ownership. For example, we are going to intensify sensitization within the ticketing issue that we can, and we are going to partner with all of them to ensure that the information that is required to make them safer will be digitally available. And also I'm happy that with the new law coming, even in the commercial space where we are bringing the motorcycle riders to partner them to deliver the services Ghanaians says they want.
Okay.
They are going to be frequently educated, not only by police, National Road Safety will play a role, DVLA will play a role, and we expect that transport operators have been asked under the new law coming that periodically they should partner us, lead, and sensitize and educate and train. And so, yes, the in-person system, the bureaucratic system that we have operated over the years from 1952 has to give way to a new way of
What happens
engaging.
to those who are not educated?
I think that education has nothing to do with what we call language or schooling and all that. It has to do with continuous inculcation of best practices using all manner of forms. And that's why in Ghana, for example.
So, but if you abolish the in-person, or you're not going to abolish the in-person?
I'm not saying you're not abolishing it. We have to run side by side. There's always cultural lag. And so these are areas that we do. But for us, we will continue to partner them at the lower stage. This year, with the impactful engagement we have had with the transport operators, we are hopeful that the data will not be so bad as compared to last year.
Chief Superintendent, are you aware that the concerned drivers union say that they will embark on a demonstration early next year?
I am of the opinion that they are major stakeholders. See, so I would like the last thing that all stakeholders in the road safety space will do is physical and outward demonstration on the road among others and their community center. See, road safety is an emerging phenomenon or intervention that is coming. And we are all aware in our lifetime what we have been advocating for example, of safer roads. Is it not the case that when I went around about 1 month ago and I look at all our major trunk roads that are the national road networks.
Okay.
I just wanted to respond to that.
No, you know what? Let him tell us why they will embark on it. So please, tell him why you will embark on a demonstration against the police.
The reason why we embark on demonstration against police is that, you see, the extortion of the money from our drivers is becoming unbecoming. And you see, there is a saying in our Akan language, that's what we are going to do, for them to shift from extortion to education. Because, see, as you have saying, this education thing only happens yearly, when the year is going to an end. Meanwhile, we have 4 quarters or 3 quarters in the year. If it is 4 months, at least 4 months, they have regional directors, like my region like this, Tessano. The lady is doing well. For that woman, the name Foka, Madam Foka, she is doing very, very well. She wants to use the airline and use it judiciously. When she's coming from Kaswa to her office, and there are people not parking well, he will parade them all to a station. If traders are also displaying their words in the public space, like especially the roads and then the pavement, he will take all those things to office and then educate the women. But you see, because the education is not continuous something, it's once a while, we are not taking it. Because education is not about going to classroom and other things, but day in, day out activities. Oh, the thing that you are doing is supposed to be A, but you are doing B, so come back to A so that we sanitize the area. That thing, when she goes or the person goes 1, 2, the third one, she will sit up. You understand? But when the driver is driving and you stop him, oh, your screen is shattered. When you stop the money, will the screen be fixed? When the driver is driving recklessly and you stop money from the driver, will the reckless driving stop? No. But when you educate him, that thing will stop.
What about the threat of the court? You know, we spoke about.
Yeah. You see, this is the phenomenon they have been using. Oh, yeah, they will go to court. We will take you to court. And drivers will be like, oh, then let's find money and then settle them. out of court and then do our own business. And now it becomes terms for we drivers that usra undi. Why usra undi? Because usra se police beji usika unko jina baby engine. And it's not the best. But
so they are not scared because they know that they can pay and
go and have their way. They can pay and have their way.
You also spoke about the bus stop that they don't pay attention, or they don't heed attention to the people that actually stand at the bus stop and sell. The hawkers at the bus stop that sell.
Yeah.
But they will rather attack the drivers.
Yeah. Chief Super will bear me witness that when you go to Accra Central right now, the whole place is now a market square. Bus stops are now markets. And then even the pavement, the street itself is now a market center. Meanwhile, the same airline that we are talking of, they are there. The regulation 117 talks about selling on the street and then displaying of goods and near traffic light and blah, 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 blah. But yes, still, when you go to Accra Central, this thing is happening. Police are there. The city guards are also there. Instead of us putting discipline in this, we are rather shifting from the discipline and extorting money.
So this is where the concern is. Another concern is the motor riders, the Okada riders. I think that one, Reverend Crabbe, you spoke about it, the Okada riders,
yes,
right?
Yes,
My problem with the Okada riders is that they never respect traffic light, but the police are standing there and watch them to go away. But let a car move and they'll go after the car. And then the first thing is, if you don't pay me, I take you to court.
Actually, let me commend Chief Supo, who has been my tutor and mentor at the same time, especially in Sweden. He made me aware that I'm part of them for the purposes of crash victims. So if today you see me being hard on crash victims, Chief Supo is a part of it. And he's also been an ardent supporter, director of what we do. I can't sit by him. We meet every Saturday on a platform where I learn from him when he's there. Unique car park. And so, Chief Supo, God bless you, and please keep up there.
God and country.
Great. You see, I, for one, with the Okada, Joycelyn, I think it's a good thing, if you ask me. Like I said from the beginning, riding shouldn't result in, gory accident. It should just take you from one place to another, render a service or something. But in this country, the moment we hear about something, I want to use a word, but I just want to tame on them. The kind of approach that the entire country gives to that thing. Look, I saw, like I told you, this Saturday going to Sugakope, Chief Supo, I saw a serious Okada crash. Yes, in the morning on Saturday, I joined them after Sugakope. The girl spinned and landed like, a spinning thing. When we went to see it myself, she was breathing. But half of the body turned down. This Okada, the Okada rider died instantly with Okada by his side, calling him to wake up and come and pick me. He's dead. So if the riders are going to adhere to all the regulations that will be given to them, we are good to go. But here is a country where the indisciplined nature is very high.
Is it not the enforcement that's the problem?
That's what I'm saying. If they themselves, you see, if you love yourself, you will definitely do your things right, But where they also, the police stand aloof and watch them to die, to just carry them and take them away, that's another problem. So why are we not enforcing? The LI is not fully out, but at least 2180 is out there, which also talks a bit about riding. So it should be enforced, whether this one has come or not. But they look on and these people die. I don't know if I can bring you one Okada survivor. When you look at the person now, he has vowed not to climb Okada again, even if he hears the sound of Okada. And so though the government, the police meant well, I think the law enforcers should help us regulate these people, direct them, especially Chief Supo have taught me that the lane by the side in the street, it's not for Okada riders. The Okada riders are also considered our vehicles, so they should follow suit. Why should you be in the middle of the road where somebody would not even see, oversight would come on and then you have to be hit, for riding at the wrong place? So I think that though the government meant well, the riders should listen and go accordingly. adhere to the directives given to them to save lives and to earn them their ends meet. And I believe that it would help us.
Right. Okay, so another thing that has come up, I think in recent times, especially this year, the kind of accidents that we were hearing was not even head-on collision. It was more of somebody is driving very, very safe, and then all of a sudden a big truck out of nowhere comes and knocks the person down. And this occurred not once, not twice, not thrice. It became so what's the right word to use?
It's rampant. Yes.
That, and nobody seemed to care. That was the thing, because we didn't even hear of what was happening to these drivers. There was an accident in Cape Coast. What happened to the driver? There was an accident just around Circle area. My cousin's wife was involved. She was in an Uber car going home, had gone to the shop, going home. A car from nowhere came to ram into their car, and only God knows she could have died. What happens to these drivers?
All right, I think issues have been raised, and a little opportunity to respond.
Yes, please.
Assist viewers to also have an informed and get more information as to self-protection. First of all the time we are guided by data, responding to the issue that you have just raised. The crashes that we have on our hands as at November, because we are now in December very soon we call it in 72 hours. We have over 13,320 crashes that have been recorded or reported to us, and investigators are on it within the 11 months. And it's a bit about 7% over the same period last year, which is a bit of a concern, and I agree. Because one crash is one too many. And in the process, about 22,530 vehicles, of which 9,064 were privately registered vehicles, and then 7,560 thereabout being commercially registered vehicles. And the fewer had to do with the motorcycle that amounted to 5,888. But the impact caused people to get injured and others to die out of their injury. Those who have sustained injuries amount to 15,173. And then those who have died amount to 2,673. Of these, majority were killed as a result of motorcycle-related injuries. And so motorcycles are so far killed 1,239. In the past, motorcycle was impacting about 10%. But in recent time, it has surged to about 48% of all fatalities. And that is also important for us as current generation, that there should be a way forward. Why? Because since independence, we have obviously used motorcycle not only for carrying, doing our own frolic, or using it to dispatch and to use it privately. We have learned to use it now to carry fare-paying passengers without any safety regulations. And that space has been left untouched, untapped. And that is why we are seeing this increasing fatalities and morbidity related to motorcycle use and related injuries. And so I'm not surprised that currently the data, because road safety intervention always should be guided by data. The data has guided Ghana to come up with a new policy. There's a paradigm shift that no, we will not say that motorcycle should not be used for commercial and just use that, because we are using it. So go in, regulate. And I'm happy that the coming days, when the airline comes, institutions are going to be rolled out to be forthcoming with their responsibility, first, of unionizing, two, of training those above 21 and above years, and then after training, issue them with a new license to certify that they have gone through a purposive semester training and have a new license called a professional motorcycle rider's license. And they don't just sit on any motor, but motor that are properly registered with a yellow plate with black lettering to designate them as such, and that rider will come with a unique identifier, and that his or her presence on the road to deliver these services also coincide with police coming up with not the old system of detection, but digital way of detecting, using numerous cameras that are embedded in our vehicles, that are dotted on our road, and those that are mounted on tripod, and then with our scanners that police officers are going to carry to gather evidence so that it will not be as if that let's go to the station. It's most of the offenses when you are detected, it will not be as if the police will even stop you, but a ticket within 3 minutes of gathering the evidence will be issued to you through our back office system.
Nice.
And that's when it comes, you have 14 days to pay. The regulation is coming. You know that because we are very much aware that when you have a public service system and you allow in-person, it brings corruption. It brings underhand dealing. It brings threats.
So we are going to see a reduction of the police on the roads.
Yes, and also you are going to see increasing number of sensors that will be able to detect around the clock, both in the rainy season, both nocturnally, diurnally. We will see, and we are adopting the subjective sense of apprehension strategy that French police is using, so that even if police is there, you know we have the capacity, we have we can gather evidence on you, and we may not stop you. Even sometimes you may not see police, but police is there, because the cameras are all over, and the police stops you, the scanners are there, they capture your vehicle number, where you have stopped, and know that the ticket will come without asking me a question. Two, because of this, even the law that is coming, you have changed it. You don't necessarily have to carry your license. Physical license carriage is not necessary to police now. But the law says that every driver is going to be sensitized by National Road Safety Authority and the media. When the law comes, it will be gazetted and published. That every license holder must know his or her license number. Because we are going to use digital interface to interact with vehicle owners and license holders, so that issue of in-person might not be there, and more will be digital. Again, police, we are very much aware, as I said, and that's why, in ourselves, we are restructuring. We want to run on the existing ICT infrastructure and then fiber optic system that government have put up. And that's what right now.
We have a few cameras out there. Do all of them work?
We see the cameras are two. We have the Alpha one that does only CCTV, able to monitor those who are committing public crimes, among others. But we also have homologated traffic sensors that are coming, that very soon you'll be seeing them. One will be at National Theatre, and you'll be informed that road is monitored by traffic tech system. And one will be at Oponglo. We are not yet deploying the cameras, because when it's about traffic behavior, it is situational, it is in situ, it is data-led. Sometimes we call it accident-prone. Where the problems are impacting, that's where we deploy. Again, most of our cameras will be in-vehicle. And some will be on tripod. You collapse it, you take it here, tomorrow, take it there, because some of them are also very sporadic as to the behavior of human beings. And then we are also deploying intervening devices called scanners, AR-driven, that every police officer will carry, that you commit is able to gather and send it to our back office.
So we'll still see the policemen on the road?
So, many times you see some, because you need to also, police to do other things, including, apart from traffic direction, to respond to accident scenes, they may carry us on. But many, that has to do with going to do enforcement, stop and all that. It will go down significantly because we are going digital. That's the most efficient. That's what we see around on the global world, so where roads. And so that one will be done. All these we are doing it because of what my brother talked about.
The corruption aspect.
And all that. But when you begin to introduce these interventions, it helps the police officer, builds the police capacity, and it helps them to deliver acceptable services to our vehicle owners and road users. And so that one will be done. Again, I want us to also know that what we are talking about, I've said, is not the word of mouth. That if you are listening to me and watching us, take your mobile phone, you can, and then use the short code. Even if the ticket may come on your Android, isn't it? You have a link for you to interact with police nationally. But even if you have a *222#, you get on the police platform. Because when the ticket comes, it comes that you may not go to court, but you will be punished. Okay, you will be sanctioned so that you don't become a repeat offender.
What sanction are we looking at?
Well, the sanction says that if you commit, apart from speed, that will attract 240 cedis.
Yeah.
All other offense is 120 cedis.
Like what kind of offense?
All the offenses are when if you unlawfully overtake.
Okay.
If you park unlawfully, if you run red lights, and then let me also say that new red light regulations have come. We sensitize all our compatriots and drivers. If you leave vehicles in dangerous position without deploying conspicuous warning devices, if your vehicle is not roadworthy, if your vehicle is uninsured, if you are riding motorcycle without helmets, if you are driving with mobile phone fidgeting in one hand or both, if you are not on seat belt, for example, if your child is below the age is sitting on the front seat.
What age?
The new laws that are coming is coming with new regulations.
Okay.
Currently, we are saying that if the child is under 5 years, he cannot sit on the front seat, isn't it? Okay. Now we are even categorizing further. When the new law comes and is published, we will come here and discuss it detailed for our clients.
So you'll be punished as a parent if your child, if your child is 5 years and below and the child sits in front of your car.
So let's admonish our parents and please see the vehicle movement is energy, it's kinetic science. So if the vehicle is moving, all objects that are not tied to the chassis will move at a higher speed when it comes to an abrupt stop. And that energy that was moving, that velocity will transfer into the human being. The weight will increase and you'll get ejected and die. You cannot love your toddler more than me when he sits on your lap. You are the most dangerous, parent that can be. So let's make sure that we have the carrying courts and the child restraint. And I'm happy that subsisting year, as a year under review, the Ghana Standard Authority has collaborated with Road Safety Authority, DVLA, police, among others, and the state, and has come up with standards in terms of seatbelts and then child restraint. And therefore, even the act has also been amended to take that, bring it on board. So parents, let us be careful, because many also that die were not in seatbelt. Many that die were not in crash helmet. So all these are myriad of behaviors that are impacting on our data crash, and we will also check it. So about 44 offenses have been set aside and on the 7th schedule called Automated Road Traffic Offenses and Fines in the new regulation coming. We will come and discuss it and sensitize so that we will not commit. If you don't commit, you will not come on police radar and you will not receive ticket. Otherwise, the ticket will come on your phone as a vehicle owner or as a driver, and then you have 14 days to pay. Even within the 14 days, police will send you a reminder notice in the form of electronic notice of violation or text message, as we receive from Ghana Water and we receive from electricity in the form of our bills to warn you, so that if you pay, you are okay with us. Otherwise, and it's more important here, let us all also be reminded that on the road, we deliver public services. Both, drivers and then transport operators. They are delivering public service. And therefore, it cannot be that the state will have the responsibility to round the year sensitize. It's the reason why drivers have been given DVLA, they have been given driving schools, they have been given association of or certified driving instructors. And in the law, they are also supposed to have their continual driver education. And it's in the reason why the new law coming. There are caveats, and let me remind our drivers, we need them most, they serve us, that when you commit the first, second, third offense with our new system coming within 2 years, we have a certain rule, we pay 120 for each offense. But when you commit the fourth within the second year again, you pay 180 cedis. When you commit the fifth offense within the 2 years again, you pay 240 cedis. But when you commit the sixth offense, we will print all your behavior, arrest you physically, and go to court to apply for the court to cancel your license.
license.
Because you know that a default notice will be sent to you.
39.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying that the new regulation coming, it is in the LI, the current one.
And this will be enforced.
Yes, I'm saying that the system that police have
The
built.
LI, there are so many
enforce
things in the LI, but then the enforcement is
because see, when you have an LI, you can have a whole lot of laws in a particular law, but some may not be enforceable because the capacity for the law enforcer will not be there, and that's why we have gone digital. It makes it easier. Our system will profile you. It knows you when to commit today. It knows you when to commit tomorrow. Within 2 years, as I've said, if you commit the sixth offense, it will lock on you. You would have been warned with increasing fines. But not complying means that you are a repeat offender. The law says that when you send you there, the court should ban you for 1 year. You become only a passenger. You lose the subsistence license you have. After 1 year, when you are banned and the license is cancelled or revoked, you can then go back to DVLA to apply for a new license. So these are ways that we're going to use to also engage our drivers, not just punishing them, to reforming them.
David, is that okay for you? Concerned Drivers Association.
You see, to me, it's a different way of extorting. To me, you know why? This all is you'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. But sanction to education is not mentioned in it. If I'm lying.
Sanction is here. Let me also say, he has mentioned it. When you go to section 133, and it is very clear that the DVLA's capacity is going to be built for the Okada and all that, and that all transport operators are going to be required to periodically engage to sensitize and educate drivers and all that. Ours will come in the form of raw enforcement, and police in our subsistence regions will also continue to partner. It will not be annual because our strategy has changed, and that's why you see us there. We are going to partner you. Education is also important, so we will do it. But let us be. I'm saying that let us be mindful that there is a state agency that's responsible. National Road Safety Authority is the road authority for Ghana.
Sure.
Their main responsibility is to sensitize Ghanaians, educate them, build their capacity with the data that we share with them. And DVLA also come in because you are their customer in terms of issuance of driver license and issuance of registration of vehicles. And they also come up. And the new law coming is emphasizing on it for us. Let us have confidence in them.
What does the new law say about these drivers that drive so reckless and make innocent lives be lost?
See, what is important for us is that it's not all the laws that are going to be amended. And so if you look in the Road Traffic Act, there are principal road safety regulations that it punishes a lot. One has to do with dangerous driving, reckless driving, and those that are driving under influence of alcohol or drug, and those that are also driving without due care and attention. In all this, it's about those who are engaged in excessive and dangerous speeds, maneuvering, and those who are not stopping at where they are supposed to stop, the lights, among others. And these are serious behaviors that normally leads to a lot of deaths. And that's why in the new law coming, even consumption of alcohol, the level, now, my dear, it says that if police stops you now, before the review comes, if the police stops you now and you are smelling of alcohol, you are supposed to apply the calibrated breathalyzer on you. When you provide a breath, it is 100 milliliter that will allow it to work. When it works, and then it breathalyzes and it reads 0.08% or more, then you are taken to be dangerous driver, driving dangerously, and you can be punished. That one is about 35 microgram of alcohol or more, 0.08. Now, it has been reduced further, because see, one of the ways to die on our way roads is when drivers are intoxicated, okay? When they are intoxicated, they forget about all the best ideas that the instructor inculcated in them, and the testing officer also tested under that normal condition and issued them with the license. And so it is also one way that the new law is coming to check behavior, drunk driving, on alcohol, and all that has been reduced significantly. So for me, at the meeting, I said that now to our colleagues, even when you are smelling of alcohol, the breath itself may cause you to go to prison if you are not careful. You are sent to the court, and we also know that anytime there is a crash, within 2 hours, the procedure we will test you. Either you test your breath or alcohol,
I am very
blood
about,
or saliva or
Chief Superintendent, I'm very concerned about these drivers, and I'll keep repeating it because I want to know. We do not hear about anything after they've caused this offense where innocent lives have been lost.
Let me give you this.
So what is going to happen? Are we going to start publishing it? Are we going to let people know that this man who ran into ABC or so and so has been sentenced to 20 years imprisonment, 30 years? Because I feel that will deter people from driving reckless.
Let me share something.
Yes, please go ahead.
The period under review, I've mentioned November to January to November this year. We have done something similar, and this data, coming from our 25 police regions, because Ghana has 16. But for effective policing, including traffic policing, we have to spread things everywhere to engage the communities, be with them, and attend to them and serve them in terms of even road use when they are in trouble. And anytime a crash occurs, we assign, as an investigator. Of over 13,000, other investigators have been deployed. In the process, among other behaviors that you're talking about, those who stopped unlawfully, those who were doing all manner of things, about 359, when they were sent to court, they were convicted. 12 are in jail. So it's not a case that police is not doing. But ours is not always about...
12 are in jail. And how many were sent to court?
No, I'm saying that 300 over 4...
sent to court.
No, in jail. 468 so far, and 359 are in jail for varying offenses you ask of it. But and 12 are in jail. The issue is for police.
I'm getting confused here. 300 were taken to court.
No, I'm saying that 662.
662
were sent to court.
Sent to court. Okay.
And so far convicted 359.
359 convicted.
With 12 in jail.
12 in jail. So where are the rest?
Well, the rest, the cases are pending. So the court will continue, but when you go to court, you have a lawyer.
Isn't this the reason why we are seeing so many reckless drivers?
No, but what I'm saying is that you ask whether even you go to court. I'm saying that Ghanaians, 359 have been convicted. 12 of our colleagues are not celebrating Christmas with us, being reformed.
Concerned, 662. 662 reckless drivers. And I repeat, 662 reckless drivers. 12 are in jail.
No,
but the number of lives that have been lost.
I've said that.
Do you know the number of people who have lost their beloved because of these 662 reckless drivers?
But
only 12 are in jail.
But no, for us, what is important for us is that we leave that one to the courts. But for us,
isn't that the reason why we are here?
No, but no. So far as I'm concerned, those that were reckless, those that dangerously drove, among others, were arrested, were investigated, and charges were preferred against them at competent court of jurisdiction. And our own judges sat on it and listened to both sides. And then, in the end, 359 have been convicted. Out of that, based on the balance of the issues there, the judge says that, no, 12, it is so, your driving was so dangerous, as you are expressing, go and serve some custodial sentence, isn't it? And I'm saying that they are in court. For us, for you and me, we should learn from this. The application of this is that yesterday, somebody did not listen. And on that stretch from Lagos to Ibadan, unlawful, overtaking, change of lane, excessive speed above 100 kilometers per hour, he crashed and died. Today, if you are not careful, something like that can happen. We are praying that we will learn from this. We will learn from what happened to Jota. We will learn from what has happened to our colleague Boxer. And we will learn from what happened yesterday. Because on my data, I'm beginning to see that this year, we are not seeing high crashes that leads to many deaths, but 1 year, 1 day, I'm seeing it. And we are still appealing to Ghanaians that the roads are open. You see, during the ESMA, there was so much traffic congestion. And the roads now are open because a lot of vehicles are all over and are not on the road. And it allows for the road to be used unsafely if you are not careful.
Sure.
So we are appealing to all our roads, particularly those who are driving, that though the roads are free and the traffic is free flowing, the speed limits are 4. I will mention it: 30 kilometers in crowded area, 50 kilometers on urban road environment, and then 90 on highways. And maximum in Ghana you can move is between Malam and then Kwame Nkrumah motorway roundabout at Tulaku Junction at Temarama. It is 100.
Sure.
See, that is our limit. And I want to throw challenge to drivers, both commercial and private, including those who are using SUV. That will you do that for us? Will you use that one as a gift for us as police officers this Christmas and New Year? Because even SUV, the car you trust that much. Of the 22,000 vehicles that have crashed, out of it, SUVs accounted for 2,601. So you are not safe. You see, you cannot hide behind speed and think that you have trust in your vehicle because it's EV, because it's IC or internally combustion engine that you are using, so it's so powerful. It's not true. You are deceiving yourself. So slow down. Speed accounts for a lot of deaths, fatalities, and injuries in Ghana. If you are moderate, if you are patient, if you are tolerant, there's always a way for us to protect vulnerable road users. And let's also use the opportunity that it's not only all these powerful vehicles that we are discussing. We're also discussing those who are using motorcycles.
Sure.
Only 5,888. We have killed 1,200 and over. And I think that all of us have an opportunity to learn from our recent gory history as we are moving into a new space where the road is to go and accommodate those who are trained and issue with a license to ride a specified motor to come on this space. Let us also know that it is an opportunity that Ghana is giving to us, the youth. Those unions that are bringing this youth on the road, 21 years and above, you have a responsibility.
Okay. Anyway, there's a message here. Dear Rosalind, the motor accidents are okay on our roads are very serious, but I can say without any doubt that 95% are caused by human error, either overspeeding, worn-out tires, and non-maintenance of vehicles. It's said that if you are not patient on the road, you'll be a patient in the hospital. The MTTD is not helping at all because if the driver pays 5 cedis, the driver is cleared. Good morning, Chelsea Sample from Seshi. You see, maybe we should review, what happens to reckless drivers. Maybe it has to be reviewed. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe. Because imagine you driving and you being very careful, extremely careful. This truck driver, because he knows that, I'm a truck driver, and so if any accident happens, I won't die.
Yeah.
That is what some of them say, I won't die. So they drive so reckless, they crash into your car because maybe he's on his phone, chatting or something, crash into your car. And then the next thing is we don't even know where the driver is. Yeah. We don't even, we hear that he's been arrested. Next time you go to the police station, they don't know of where the whereabouts of the driver. And your life has been messed up for good. Either your life is lost, or you lost your arms, or you lost your legs. Your life has changed completely.
Yeah. Completely.
So we need to review this. And I believe that until we start seeing, especially in the public domain, that these persons are being convicted, that these persons are being jailed, it will not deter others from doing so.
Exactly.
Let me appeal that anytime such things occur, maybe you have some regional and other reporters, they should also take keen interest in our attendance at the courts, because all the time our prosecutors are at the motor courts and magistrate courts. And so it's also about reporting. I also use the opportunity to also engage our public affairs director to also report some of these things as they occur at our duty point at the motor courts when that such cases are being educated. And also appeal to our regional MTTD commanders to also take keen interest and report same. But we always have a collective, those that are accumulated for our national, engagement and interaction.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so please, Chief Superintendent, take a look at this. Is this legal?
No, this one is very dangerous, and we are not supposed to entertain it anywhere in Ghana.
So we've seen it on social media. Do we follow suit to arrest such?
Oh, easily. So when we get we have our monitoring system at the headquarters. So anytime we get information like this, we do tracing and get up some of them. And the reason why is one challenge that has come up also has to do with when there is this is okay. Sometimes the number plates may not be traceable, and the reason why now DVLA's proposal is to support us so we'll be able to trace when people use such registered vehicle on our roadway, even in our absence, with personalization of number plates come next year to do away with the existing one.
Okay.
So all these are going to help. Having said that, anytime these things happen, the public don't just stand by and view it. Just use your camera, capture it, and send it to us, and we'll be able to also deal with this matter. And a lot we receive it and we deal with it.
All right. Anyway, I pray that we have a very amazing festive season. Please don't drink and drive. If you are tired, park your vehicle and rest. I do that a lot. When I'm tired, I just park. Maybe I find some, station somewhere, park, and then just relax my seat, take a power nap for about 10, 15 minutes, and then I continue my journey. You'll be safe that way. Better safe than never. Mr. Crabbe, anybody you want, Mr. Adwaje, anybody you want to speak to, wish a Merry Christmas before we go?
You see, yes, I wish a Merry Christmas to people, but my problem is, you see, now they are dualizing our roads. The intercity roads have been dualized. But they're left with one thing they are not adding to it, is the rest stops. You see, the rest stops are there to help us. Because if driver is fatigued and he get to a stretch and he park for even a minute. I learned this from my father. We were traveling from Agboado to Elebo. When we go to a place where he is stressed off, he just took a spanner and tell that nobody should get down. Before we realized, he did 5 minutes of sleeping, and that take off the fatigue. Okay. But if we have a rest stops on our way, when you get to a place that you feel I'm tired, the body is weak, you rest and then continue the journey and continue your life.
Yeah.
The dualization of the roads are good, but add rest stops to it. Right. My Christmas wishes to my wife and my children. Lydia, Yawo Amevo, and then Kekeli, Kokwe, Kafui, Sedem, Sewe, Selikam, and then Seiram. Happy Merry Christmas to you.
How many children do you have?
In all, it's 8.
Wow.
But I haven't called my firstborn, Portia. She celebrated my Xmas for me in Grand Style. Portia, thank you very much.
Wow.
Nice. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, so I want to quickly thank you. Thanks, Supo. Thank my brother here. For Chief Supo, he knows he's my mentor. I'll be biased if I should be sitting by him and still talking. But whatever he says, we learn from him and we run with it.
Yeah.
But Chief Supo, still, God bless you so much. He's recommended me to many people to support the accident victim support, and I've been with him on many, many platforms. God bless you once again. Rosalind, you also advocated for us. You are still our advocate. Something big is coming up next year. Please stand by for me.
Right.
But quickly, let me thank the 7DS Assembly Apostle Okun Ajiman. During the year, he came on board and supported us. In fact, he's been stocking our store to support any crash victims that come. Recently, too, we've had Apostle Paul Daniels. The program is Essence of Christmas, 5 Loaves of Bread, and then Dorcas Boutique, Bethlehem Foundation from True Christian Bible Church at ACP. Our new supporter now. In fact, I have some goose in my car. I'm giving to 5 victims, Tema, and then also Ashalaja, and the rest. Where the church I just mentioned, True Christian Bible Church, they've given it to us to give to crash victims. I wish all pastors and all churches would be doing this, because look at the number of injured victims. I mean, there are many, and people know. So you are seeing me with victims. I carry them sometimes. And so I wish that the entire country will come on board and then support us so that we can support them. This is my new campaign.
Okay.
When we do this, all of us individually, And I'll plead with all of us so that we can recite it before we leave here.
Okay.
So that Ghanaians out there, especially pastors, especially general overseers. Okay. And I'm saying this because the Methodist Church former presiding bishop was on board. Church of Pentecost was on board. I'm praying that other pastors, Bob Asari, Bishop Bob Asari, Takrade, we were there, and he took it upon himself to campaign that if we all ride, drive and ride carefully, we would reach our life. This is the fundamentals. This is the conscience. When we have it, we are good to go. And let me say this and appeal to the first gentleman of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He is a listening president. If he can give me the opportunity as a road safety ambassador to come for him to recite this for the entire Ghanaians, I believe that it will fall on the good years of Ghana, and him leading this campaign, it would help. So he should permit me to visit him with this campaign. Also, we want him to come on board, government to come on board to support the accident victims support, especially the accident victims home next year. Next year, accident victims home is going to be from 1st to the 31st, a fundraiser, full fundraiser for the accident victims home. If you invite me next year, I'll bring you pictures of the land, the plan that we have, which is going to give these victims. And anybody who's hearing us, 0505 150 822 is my personal line. But if you want to support any accident victim that we have, we still have a backlog of victims to support for Christmas. 0241 1234 30. 0241 1234 30. Having said that, Cyril Insurance, Bank of Africa, Enterprise Insurance, Claysoft, they all came on board so we can support. We have not had a water company supporting us yet. I mean, in Goose, and also the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, we meet every year. This year we met for them to champion that cause on their platforms, and also the Christian Council. Next year we'll meet again so that the pastors will take it as, entertainers will take it up, and advocacy would help to reduce the crashes. I say that fatality is possible, so let's not use mobility to end up in fatality. Zero fatality is possible. We are all vulnerable.
Thank you. All right, Chief Superintendent.
Yes, let me wish my wife.
We recite it. Hey, I didn't wish my wife something.
You want to do it?
Oh no, my children actually. My children quickly. They are the youth ambassador or child ambassadors for the Safe to Safety Child Road Safety Campaign. You've seen my children on the road. They hold plaques on the road, and they are part of the Lollipop Stands. They are the ambassadors for the Lollipop Stands children traffic that we are planting. And so the Crabbe's family, I call them the Crabbe's, and they are ambassadors for road safety. The Crabbe's, they know themselves. Oyo, Daniela, Adelaide, FI, and the rest. So that I wouldn't mention all 10 of them. Let me end here.
All right.
God bless you so much.
Chief Superintendent.
All right. To my wife, Junior Japoma Boatin, and my 3 children, and all the dependents I have, including my last born, Rabna Fusuhima, Chiriwa Obi, and Inspector General Police himself, Commander, Director General, MTTD, DCOP, Sir Prince Wabu, Gabriel, and friends and all. I also want to use this opportunity to be grateful to the state in our lifetime that we have a road safety advocate, the person of our president, who have made it a personal and a party decision and a state decision to invest in the big push. And in our lifetime, in our national road safety strategy for safer road with safer road sites, we have seen significant annual investment. That is not by word of mouth, by since road safety intervention activity base. I've seen on the N12 from Elubo to Aflao, many contractors are giving lots to work on dualize it to eliminate head-on collision, runoff, and then unlawful overtaking that will lead to these unnecessary deaths as we have. That in my lifetime, we are going to see about 13 footbridges between Cape Coast and Takoradi dualize. And in my lifetime, I will not see or go and pick dead bodies as I used to do at Dompasi between Takoradi and Tabazi. That I go there, contractors I have their side there, open up. That I was also on the N2 from Tulaku all the way to Ho Bankoi. I see contractors are there opening the road up, dualizing it. And I also went all over to Sumiani, from Achrin Suahudim through Atronie to the city center all the way to Techiman. I saw contractors there opening the road up. And I got to Parliament, and then the minister has brought a concession to open up and add to the motorway resource of this country, the 36-kilometer stretch we have from Tema to Malam, adding 198 kilometers from Nsawam through Adeso, Asamankasi, through Oda, and 10 of us through Konkontintin Forest to Kuntinase by the Lake Busumutri, reducing the existing trunk road from Kwame Nkrumah's at the NC to Swami Roundabout, which is about 270 to 198, allowing motorists within the next 3 years to move on a dual carriage with myriad of or interlaced interchanges that will not allow people to go and crash headlong and die like we are seeing. And all over we see these things going on in our lifetime, which we have advocated for all these years, which UN says member countries should do. And we have seen is ongoing, turning Ghana into a road construction site. I will only appeal to motorists that when they are in this construction zone, we should reduce our speed to 30 kilometers per hour to protect lives. And that will be a best Christmas that I can wish for you.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to everybody that has watched us this morning. I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. David Agboado. He is a PRO for Concerned Drivers Association. Also Reverend Cyril Crabbe, who is the president for Accident Victims Support Foundation, and Chief Superintendent Alexander Kweku, who is the Director of Education for Research and Training at MTTD. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here. We've had an amazing time.